Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Trading Secrets is challenged for entertainment purposes only. For those who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Before we start today's video, I'd like to wish everybody across the world a happy Eid Mubarak for those who are celebrating. In this video I normally provide some stock analysis, and before we do that, a quick update of the $1 Million Challenge. If anybody's not aware of this, this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is to try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, and we do take into account losses. So for further details in terms of how to join us on the challenge, as well as in-depth strategy, details are in the description below. In the previous video we did a stock update on ticker symbol RDBX. Redbox. This is an important potential squeeze stock, so please refer back to the previous video for in-depth stock analysis of Redbox. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you an update on a potential deal that George could do with Oilco, so I'm going to be sharing that with you shortly, and I'm going to also provide a quick update on ticker symbol MULN, which is a stock that has been featured a number of occasions on the channel. So before we do that, I'd like to do a quick recap of the market so far. So on the screen you'll be able to see that most of us will agree that the first 4 months of 2022 have been very difficult. So we've got confirmation here on the screen in terms of the overall news. From Wall Street, we can see we've had the 4 months of stocks from an S&P 500 point of view. This is the worst start since 1939. So not great news. So we're looking at from January to April. It's the worst from the Dow Jones and the S&P 500. It's the worst April since 1970. And the stocks did close very, very sharply. So April was very cruel. The S&P 500 potentially moving close to correction level. In terms of the key reasons for this, initially we had the problems of COVID through Omicron, then that materialized later on into an additional problem of inflation and the cost of living, and then that's been escalated further by situation in Ukraine. So going forward, for May, I don't expect a strong recovery, but I do expect a little bit of a bounce back. What now I'd like to share with you is an update from Chevron, and this is with regard to the production in terms of oil. So I'm sure everybody's aware of what's happening with the price of oil. So oil has been going up in excess of $100. So with regard to the special dividend and the transfer of assets, we're potentially looking at George moving these into Oilco. So in terms of what we're looking at now with Chevron on the article you'll see on the screen here from RigZone, which is from Sunday the 1st of May 2022. This could be relevant in terms of potential asset purchase or stock swap or transfer of assets into Oilco if George can do the deal. So the potential candidate here is Chevron. So the article here from initially through Bloomberg is basically saying that Chevron Corporation has lifted its production targets in North America's biggest oil field in a sign that US shale is responding to $100 barrel crude despite rising pressures and equipment shortages. So Chevron is going to produce the equivalent of in excess of 725,000 barrels of oil daily in the Permian Basin, and we all know where the assets are held, primarily the Permian Basin. So this is looking at a 15% increase from 2021. So the company in the investor presentation said that's up from the previous plan, or with regard to a 10% increase in the region. So there is huge potential here if the company can do a deal with Chevron. Chevron is looking to expand in terms of the demand for oil. I don't think there's any question whatsoever that there's going to be a huge demand for oil. In terms of the need for oil, I think the need for oil right now is critical, especially what's happening. So potentially the company is sitting on huge valuable assets, and I think most investors would agree that it would be a disservice to sell these cheap or not get market value. So again, a potential opportunity here if the deal can be done. I'd like to now make a start by having a look at ticker symbol MULN, Mullen Automotive. This is a stock that has been featured on a number of occasions on the channel, and those of you be aware that this is a stock that did previously squeeze, but Recently, in terms of the difficult market conditions, we have seen stock come down quite significantly. So I'm going to share with you on the screen the 1 month chart, so we can see approximately 1 month ago this was trading in excess of $3, and since then it has come down quite significantly from the $3, currently trading at around about $1.32 and down just in excess of 2.9% close of play on the Friday. So in terms of what's happening here, this is still a penny stock, so this is a stock that everybody was encouraged to obviously use a stop loss as well as taking profits when it became necessary. So congratulations to everybody who did that. But going forward, again, I think there may be an opportunity here, if there is a little bit more of momentum downwards, to potentially look at this again, because we're going to have a quick reminder of some of the key catalysts. So in terms of some of the key catalysts, some of the things that I'm going to remind you of, first of all, MULN is going to be announcing the solid state polymer battery cell test results in early May 2022, so expect that anytime soon. In the previous video, you'll know that we're looking at potential announcement of van deliveries by the end of June, so just a few weeks more to wait for that. But again, I'm expecting positive news there. Battery results, test results exceeded 600 miles, so again, great potential. In terms of the other key catalyst that I think is going to drive the stock forward quite significantly, and that is going to be the announcement of the Fortune 500 van order. Once we get that and we know which company it is, again, potentially a huge catalyst there. And we also know that MULN was granted the ATVM loan. Going forward, maybe 5, 10, 15 years, MULN has a potentially to be a huge player in the EV sector. And the final information I'd like to share with you here is from Fintel with regard to retail ownership. So I think this is just basically showing the top stocks that are ranked in order from 1 downwards, looking at the retail ownership. So we'll see at number 1, retail ownership. I'm sure most of you will be aware that it's AMC. And number 2 is Tesla. But I think what's interesting for us is which stock is at number 3, and that is, you'll be able to see on the screen from Fintel, MULN Mullen Automotive Incorporated. So again, great potential and great confidence here from the retail, and potentially a strong bullish sign going forward. And finally, I'd like to share with you just a snippet of our weekly watch list, which was released to the Discord members in advance yesterday. You can get a copy of our weekly watch list by joining the Discord from as little as $9 a month. And on the screen here, you'll be able to see that some of the 3 stocks you can see that we've called out this week. First of all is RDBX. This is obviously a high risk, high reward potential squeeze stock. It has a huge cost to borrow, which was featured in the previous video, so please refer back to the previous video. This is a stock that could be a potential competitor for Netflix. There's another stock we've called out is GTYH. Again, I've provided a link there, and there is also potential squeeze stock here with regard to a takeover by GI Partners, which was at a premium price. And also another stock that we called out is FNCH, and this is with regard to clinical hold by the FDA that was lifted. And again, there's a link there for the members to see. So if you would like to get advance notification of the full weekly watch list, you can join the Discord for as little as $9 a month. Details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.